Hello, Virgo, and welcome to your collective reading. This is going to be a collective reading for all signs and placements of the Virgo sign. If you are familiar with birth charts and how they work, and you understand where you may have Virgo in your chart, this reading could be for you. This is going to be a collective reading, and I am streaming it live on Twitch and recording it live, so welcome in anyone that is tuning in. We are basically going to be doing these readings, and then that's pretty much going to be my stream. I think we have one more reading after this, which is going to be probably one of the longer ones. Alrighty. Oh, there it is. I knew something was missing. Okay. Virgo. Hello. What is going on, and what do you need to hear for your highest good? I'm noticing all the stuff in the background, and I'm like, I want to clean it up, but won't worry about it for now. So, we are going to use two different decks, and I really want to explain my whole little, thing that I do. I think I'm just gonna get right into the readings, because I always have this feeling of, blah, 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 I said what I needed to say, and now let's get into the reading. Just always remember to take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It's a collective reading for any and all Virgo placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, etc. Or if you're just curious to watch, you can watch. Cross watchers are also a thing. Just, hey, like I said, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We're getting into a modified, a modified 9-card past, present, future spread. So, we're going to pull 3 cards from the Wildwood Tarot to see what do you have for Virgo here. Clear, honest message for Virgo's highest good. What do they need to hear for their highest good? What's going on? Jesus, okay. I didn't mean to do that, but I think it actually kind of wanted to come out that way. No, wait. This one. So we went that weird one, and then top card, bottom card is what felt right. Sometimes it feels like it gotta come out that way, sometimes it doesn't. First initial cards for your past, present, and future, Virgo. You have the Lovers, the Moon, and King of Pentacles, the Wolf card. Pentacles are considered stones. So it says at the bottom, King of Stones there. It's a little hard to see if it will focus. This would be nice. Focus. These cards are beautiful. So, let's get right into it with the Lovers card. There's this small part of you, Virgo, that's like, have I truly, discovered myself? Is that what this is? This feeling that I'm having? Am I truly discovering myself? Am I making this union with myself? And it feels so like your heart feels so open right now. I love the art in these cards. It's so pretty. Because you have these two cards of very, very heavy emotions kind of coming into your future here. And it's almost like feeling this sense of howling at the moon for far too long. You feel like you feel a sense of like rebuilding, rebirth, repurpose, restructure. And even just reunion with the self. There's a lot of what's the word? Encompassing? Purpose? All-inclusive purpose. This is very, very, like, cryptic. Because the moon is just giving me this, like, howling at the moon energy of, like, all felt so lost, but you knew things weren't lost forever. But now it feels like you're actually feeling the warmth of the sun through the moonlight and almost reminding yourself that, oh, the moon is only, like, shining so bright because the sun is on the other side. The sun is somewhere on the other side of this and on the other end of a horizon or another side of a horizon. And you know this to be true almost as if it's a metaphor. And something feels backwards about these cards, which is really funny because the order of time is correct. But how it feels to you is like you feel like you're going to be stuck howling at the moon forever. But in reality, this moon is actually about to set and the sun is about to rise. I know that's not necessarily how the moon always works, because sometimes you can see the sun and the moon at the same time. Don't look at the sun directly, obviously. But the King of Stones is a King of Pentacles card, and King of Pentacles is such a grounded earth energy that takes so much, like, leadership and responsibility in accomplishments. Like, whatever truly needs to be accomplished, like, there is a responsibility that is had, and you take the reins without any second thought. And it feels like for the first time in your life, you feel kind of caught up and, like a little choked up at some of the good stuff. How do I make this make sense for someone who is not necessarily... Oh. Here.
Back up down here with you.
No. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Stones. Lots of earth energy coming out here in your reading, Virgo. Can you focus? It feels like for once in your life, you're actually halted yourself in a way that you never expected. You almost have, I think what's happening really is having a new view on your environment and the world around you. And the King of Stones gives me such, like, cryptic energy. It's such like you truly understand the responsibility of the things that made you feel lost. Like, the things that you're like, oh, I felt like I wanted more of this in the past and I never got it. And it's like, well, now you actually have a choice in seeking the thing that you wanted in the past, when in the past you may have not had a choice and now you do. So there's a big almost maturity happening here, like mature sense of responsibility is what I wanted to say, but it's also like a leveling up in maturity. Not necessarily like you were immature before, but it feels almost gaining that new sense of self and maturing into yourself more. And I feel like it's one of these things that, Virgo, you are having a moment of, oh, this comes with age. Ah, I get it now because it just comes with age. And I feel like something about this made you feel lost, and that's what makes you feel kind of hesitant right now, because you're like, how should I feel? Should I feel like this, or should I take this as an opportunity? And I feel like you were kind of confused on where to go, but the whole point of you feeling this feeling is to like have a moment with yourself to be like, hey, like, we couldn't do this thing in the past because we had to choose other things, we had to make different choices, but we're coming closer and closer to a point where we can go out there and be a lone wolf. And as long as we're being smart and being safe out there, you know, protecting yourself, because if you're going out alone anywhere, just be smart and safe. Wanting to see the light of your own day. What do I mean by that? The light of your own day is a day that you entirely choose to do for yourself. Whatever it may be. Even if it's like the tiniest things of you wanting to just like, hey, I want to do laundry, I want to do this, that, all this productive stuff, and then I want to go out, get some good old snacks, like get some takeout and sit at a park or somewhere nice and just hang out. Or even if you don't even want to sit outside, you come home and watch your favorite movie, and it's an entire day. I feel like going out for you is going to be very beneficial. Getting out of the house is feeling very beneficial, because it feels like that's the thing you've been desiring this whole time, is some form of getting out somewhere, going out and getting out to just do the thing that, like, it's something that you choose to do. That's the biggest difference in all of, oh, I'm choosing to do this for myself, but it's something that, like, oh, it's not you're choosing to do this for yourself because it's going to better you and, like, keep you healthy and just general responsibility things. Like, no, it's the whole, I've been wanting to step out and step into this for a long time and feel the sense of openness. And sometimes it all starts with it, like a single entire day where you are just honestly just doing you. Like, it's you're given a day for yourself. Doesn't even have to be your birthday at all. And I know Virgo season's coming up, which I'm excited. I have a brother who is a Virgo, and I love him to death. I love that little munchkin. He's a little brother. He's not little anymore, but he is still basically a baby in my eyes, because I like to say that I half raised him, because I basically did. I love my brother, my Virgo brother. I have a Virgo brother, a Gemini brother, a Pisces sister. Oh my god, I have sister-in-laws now. What the fuck? Oh my god. Sorry, my stepbrother got married, and now I'm thinking, I have fucking sister-in-laws. I grew up around men, and I only had one brother, and then somewhere around along the lines, I got a stepbrother and stepsister that were way too old for me to even connect to, and then I got a little brother on the way, and then I got a brother-in-law, and then now I got 2 sister-in-laws. What is happening? Big family. Family too big. Big family. Oh, my goodness. I love them to death, though, but it's like, I went to school. One of them was in the same grade as me. And we were not sister-in-laws then, and now we're sister-in-laws. And it's not even like my blood brother, it's my stepbrother that she married. But we only knew each other because her parents were actually like best friends with my dad when they were like younger and just in their 20s and stuff. So very, very slightly kind of keeping it in the family, but it's more of keeping it in the neighborhood. Not necessarily the family, because they come from very different families. I know we got off track there, but I'm just like, sorry, I just had to take a moment. I'm like, I got motherfucking sisters. Hold on. I'm having my own little moment because I never grew up with sisters, and now I'm like, hold on. I have sisters I can talk to now. I have people I can bother like a sister if I really want to. I feel like that's like partially the energy of you, Virgo. There's this big like epic realization of, I can go out and choose this for myself now. It's like going out and being afraid to like, I think the biggest thing is when people turn 21, there's 2 kinds of people when they first turn 21. There's people who are so excited, finally I can go and buy alcohol and have just no problem. And then there are people who are like completely terrified to even like try and buy alcohol for the first time, and they're just like nervous about it because it feels so weird, and it's just like, and the person behind the counter is like, boop, all right, your ID's good, cool, you paid, I'll see ya. I feel like there is that some of you are having this realization and it's like no problem, and then some of you are like kind of nervous about it. I am curious, what does the Lovers have to say? I do want to say the Lovers is a lot about choices. I always bring this up. The Lovers can always talk about choices, and even when it comes to love, the choice to actually commit to a relationship or not, that is a choice people make. So the choice you're making in your own life is feeling beyond your own soul. Clarify the Lovers, we have the Queen of Cups, the 9 of Wands, and the World card. Oh, I love this World card. They're so pretty. Ugh, both of them. Just so gracefully, like, gorgeous. Like, the flow of the hair, the way their hands are, and just, like, their feet interlocked and stuff. Or wait, no, yeah, somewhat interlocked. It's such a beautiful card. Okay. This is clarifying the Lovers card, by the way. Queen of Cups, 9 of Wands, and the World. So we have a cup of just trying to seek some fulfillment and finding all of these trials of love, per se. Maybe even trials of love for yourself, or love for your own personal path, your own personal craft, or just love for your own life, you know? It doesn't have to be anything crazy drastic, but sometimes these small things that we can't quite like get past or just understand or figure out what is the best choice for us, lead us through all of this. Oh, what? Like, we're going through all of this carnage here, leading to all of these fiery skulls, and half this shit doesn't serve us. Half of these skulls were lessons to learn. Half of the other half of them were just bullshit. But the whole idea of the seeking fulfillment is the moment you're in right now. I think there's a sense of strength that you haven't had before, Virgo. I feel there's a big sense of strength that you haven't had before. And I want you to understand that even though this moment doesn't feel different from any other moment that you've ever had, doesn't mean you can't make it feel like a brand new day. Doesn't mean you can't make it feel like it's something tangible for you. Something beautiful and heartfelt. You feel like you don't even deserve that because, oh, well, it feels like the way the world is, you know, no one's ever gonna deserve that kind of a thing. But that's not really the point of who deserves it and who doesn't. I totally believe in karma as a thing and people getting what they deserve, obviously, but it's like that's not what you should be focusing on, kind of. That's not the point. It's the point of focus is you making the choice or you not making the choice. And I think making the choice is really, okay, I'm going to truly actually understand myself. Even if I don't understand what I'm getting into, I'm truly going to embody trying to understand myself. The biggest difference that makes in our own healing process can be entirely confusing at first. It feels so like walking blindly into what feels like an emotional minefield. But the more that you are essentially guiding yourself step by step, because it feels like you still have like a personal radar on this emotional minefield, like when it comes to these little things. But I feel like the biggest thing is you don't have to necessarily walk blindfold, but if it still feels that way, anytime you feel like you are coming up on a emotional mine in this minefield, look at it, analyze it, and understand the best way to disarm it. Because once you understand the best way to disarm one, that's how each of them work. That's how each of them work. They may require more tinkering with, per se, but the process will always feel exactly the same. But each thing that you handle in this process is going to be different. So it also is going to need those somewhat different needs, but acknowledging how, oh, okay, this mine has different wire colors, but it's still the same wiring setup as last time. So it's still the same process, even though it's a different setup, like color-wise. I feel like you guys are kind of understanding the metaphor I'm putting down. I don't really need to explain anymore. This emotional minefield is something I want to say feels like you've never been able to understand how to get through. And I think this is why everything feels different. And also it feels like you've been going through the same thing over and over and over again. And you can't quite get it. But this feels different because you have a different set of tools. You have a different set of different information than you did 10 years ago, you know? What does the moon have to say here for Virgo? What do they need here for the moon card, please? Three of Cups gave me the Three of Patience, is what I kept hearing, the word patience when it came to this card. There's a sense of patience because you are walking through an emotional minefield that is your past, present, and future selves all scattered around this field. It's dreams you've had in the past, things that have happened in the past, dreams that you have of the future that you had in the past and maybe still have now. There's a lot of complexity to this, so don't be afraid if it feels like you have no grasp of understanding how to get through this at first, because that's kind of the point. The point is to not understand how the healing is going to exactly go, because it is supposed to be that process of, hey, you're not supposed to know in order to heal this. Like, the key is to not know so you can handle things first-handedly, like instinctually. And it's also reminding that you can't fix it overnight. I think the big thing is some of you may not fully, like, grasp you can't fix it overnight, because I feel like it's like your mind is like, yeah, we understand that we can't fix it overnight, but your body and like how your body's feeling is like uncomfy, and you can't understand why you're uncomfy, and then you feel like, oh well, if this was fixed overnight I'd be comfy, but like I know I can't fix it overnight. And I feel like those things need to be recognized, and taking a step back and understanding that if you feel uncomfy, how can you take a moment to like recognize what you're feeling, breathe, and remind yourself that it is okay. It is okay to feel emotions. You're allowed to feel emotions. And who's telling you you're not allowed to feel emotions? Who's telling you you're not allowed to feel all that hurt and that pain? You're allowed to cry. Nine of Swords coming in reverse to clarify the moon. Oh, last card for the moon. I think there's a sense of, like, it's okay if you feel like, oh, I'm just uncomfy, but okay, can't fix this overnight, and you just, like, take those, can't fix this overnight, you can't fix this overnight, healing does not happen overnight, and you just kind of, like, center yourself. Grounding is really going to help you at this time, and I feel like also reminding yourself that if you need to fucking cry, that put on a fucking movie that makes you cry. You don't even need to, like, actually cry and bawl your eyes out into a pillow of, like, crying something out. You could literally just have a movie on. It makes you teary-eyed. Oh, alright, there's your, like, time to just kind of let your emotions out, and you can let it out through a sad movie if you really want to. I don't see any harm in that, because it leads you to at least understanding how your emotions function. And that's the key to all of this. The Four of Wands is out here almost kind of clarifying the key to your emotional minefield, is almost like working with each and every single mind at once. This emotional minefield is almost not even, like, there's going to be a point where it doesn't even look like a minefield. It just looks like you actually handling your emotions how they should be handled. Finding your sense of happiness in, oh, I may not have everything figured out, but I'm still trying, and what I've been trying has been working. But the key is making sure, like, what you're trying is working. Okay? Just wanna keep that in mind. And you will know when you feel grounded, centered, and you feel like your heart and your chest feel, like, open, and there's, like, a lot of, like, openness and airy kind of feeling, and, like, lightheartedness of, like, you know? That sense of, oh, I can finally breathe, you know? King of Stones. What do we have for the King of Stones? Hello. The Lovers reversed. I don't think I'm going to take these cards just yet. The Lovers reversed, 10 of Swords. Ten of Swords and 10 of Coins right next to each other? With the star on the bottom of the deck. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Can you focus, camera? Jesus Christ. Pretty. Clarifying the King of Pentacles, which is also the King of Stones, the Wolf. We have the Lovers reversed. That card about choices with the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Coins. 10 of Swords is literally like, you're not taking the old with you. All of the old is behind you. Like, once you make this choice to not choose any fear and doubt that you are trying to take with you through this, like, once you get to this point of, it's like, okay, let's get back to that emotional minefield metaphor, because I at least like the whole idea of once you figured out how to disarm the first mine, each and every other mine is almost exactly the same in how you disarm it. That first mine that you disarm, that first emotion that you really kind of understand, and that trigger that you disarm, I think this is a big message about how disarming your triggers is leading you to understand how that is giving you a better sense of self and a better sense of how you want to love yourself and love living life for yourself. So it's like that first mind that you disarm, that first trigger you disarm, you're like, oh, if everything's like this and I can do it once, I'm not taking anything. Every single choice becomes clear. The Lovers is in reverse because you're like, oh no, I know. Oh yeah, no, I know. I know what's going to lead to my stability and my happiness and greater wisdom. It feels like you have a lot of wisdom to give too. But to even gain wisdom, the wisdom you want to gain to provide to others, you gotta find it within yourself. And I'll be honest, that is the biggest thing about tarot, is if you really want to become a real tarot reader, you gotta let the tarot call the fuck out on your ass, okay? I have been torn to shreds by the tarot decks I have, and that is because I interpret them honestly and truthfully, and I ain't no biased bitch. So I think this is the era of healing you're leading into. You ain't trying to be no biased bitch, and not even about yourself, because it doesn't lead to the life that you want. You desire this certain, like, life for yourself, and you just kind of want to... It's funny how I feel the need to, like, let my hair down. You just kind of want to be free. Literally, let your hair down. Just kind of be free. Pork chop never had a swim. That's the kind of be free you need to be. If you know what I mean when I say pork chop never had a swim, you know what I mean. I don't need to say anymore. The biggest message for all of this, Virgo, is you really have to be on the, like, lookout for yourself. You really have to, like, understand the hesitancy towards healing. Because I think the biggest thing that's been you've been struggling with is like how to, like, oh, I keep trying to get to this thing of loving myself, but something keeps stopping me. It's like, well, the thing that's stopping you, I hate to say, has been you this whole time, but it's not your fault. There's certain resources and information you didn't have, like, all those years ago. You didn't have all that knowledge and information then, so how would you have known? You wouldn't have known. And that's the true enlightenment in all of this, is if you want to truly be a knowledgeable being and gain knowledge to give knowledge, you have to go through a lot of hardships, because there is a lot of knowledge when it comes to just all of life's trials and tribulations, all of the things that life will throw at us and the hardships. There is knowledge to gain from that. And even if it's only knowledge in your own strength, even if the only knowledge that you take away is, you know what, I recognized my strength a bit better. And I think that's the biggest thing to take away from this, is as long as you say, hey, I recognize my strength a bit better, no need to give yourself shit about any fucking thing else, okay? And that is all I have for you, Virgo. I really love this reading, so thank you for letting me read your cards. That is all I have for you. If you would like to hear me read more cards, I'm streaming this live, but this is also being recorded for YouTube, so sorry, I need to say how much that I want to be like such like a you can do it kind of like proud mom kind of a thing. I'm excited to see what you can bring to your future, Virgo, and I'm very excited to just see you live your life. And exactly that is all. Seeing you live your life. People are going to be really happy with that, and just seeing that in you. So thank you for letting me read your cards. That is all I have for you. If you would like a private reading, I do private readings. I will put it in the chat live on Twitch here in a second, but I probably have it somewhere down in the description box on YouTube whenever this is up on YouTube. So thank you for watching. That is all I have for you lovely people, and I just want to say thank you for watching. We are still going to be staying live and streaming on Twitch, but for YouTube, thank you for watching. I hope everyone has a lovely rest of their day or night wherever they are on this planet Earth of ours, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.